On our last episode of Dice and Men, The Weird West, the posse, in an attempt to boost morale of the town of Black Horse, under siege by strange plant-based doppelgangers, decided to plan a party in the memorial of several hunters and fur trappers who had been killed previously in our adventure. To do so, Duncan and Cletus teamed up to split funds for the mayor to acquire food and drink, where they were able to strike a deal with our special guest, Battle Bites, the unofficial sponsor and partner of our show. However, on a more serious note, Clint went to speak to the town's benefactor, Miss Harcourt, the representative of the Black River Railroad Company, the one that funds the entire town. She dropped a specific nugget of information that Jack Cyrus may not be who he claims to be. And that is where we resume our adventure. So, meeting back up at the sheriff's office for the evening. The three of you. Now, Duncan and Dale are there if you need them, but they don't speak.
Yep.
So,
I guess we're back all reconvened at the sheriff's night. All right, so
he's probably the last one to arrive, covered in grease and wood chippings.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's all fixed now, right?
Well, for the most part.
Cool. So yeah, that's the whole town then.
No, it's just like
Oh, I think it was whole
one. I didn't fix them all. I didn't actually
Just fix the one next to the post office.
Oh, that was only
post
one? I
office one.
thought you were doing the entire town.
I don't have enough materials to do the whole town.
Come on. Just one?
Yes. Yes, Clint, just one. Sorry, I don't have the materials.
Well, hopefully, I asked Harcourt to if she could assist with the material. So hopefully during the meeting,
Yeah.
maybe talk about getting some more. So
Perhaps.
Hey, John, he's gonna be trying to get some materials. If anything goes down, maybe we should back him up.
Who?
I should touch John. Duncan. My bad.
Yeah, that would be great, thanks.
So when's this shindig happening?
2 days from now.
2 days from now.
Give us a whole day, because that's kind of nighttime now.
Yeah,
so
it gives us all the next day.
Tomorrow to get the word out, and then yeah.
Then it's time for that coin flip.
Uh-oh.
Knock on the door.
Oh, shit. On the sheriff's door, I imagine? Oh.
I open the door. Can I help you?
Surprise, motherfucker. You look into the shallow, sunken cheeks, raised eyebrows of Atticus Yonda.
Is he armed?
Oh yeah, he's got a double-barrel shotgun, but not pointed at you.
Or is it?
Hand down, pointed. If you've ever seen a dead man walk, he looks like a dead man.
Is he the same one that I shot? Does he have the scars? Is he the same person
The
or
one you shot in the chest?
Yeah.
Roll notice for me.
Fuck. God damn it. Oh, fuck this.
Thanks for flipping that coin for me.
Why couldn't you say tails? I did.
4.
Or no, it came up tails now. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bullet hole in the shirt that he's wearing. I need everyone to roll a fear check. You still get a reroll because you haven't used it. And this is with a -1.
What is fear? What's the
Spirit roll.
Spirit roll.
Oh, 9.
You succeed.
Nine.
9.
Wait. I like number of dice. You said minus what?
-1.
6.
Shock. You recognize the Walking Dead when you see one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
You've been exposed to them in your time. You're not frightened, but even so, seeing a dead man walk and talk, and especially talk, makes you feel a little queasy. Cletus. You're not a fan of dead things. They smell. It's gross. You don't like them. But there are scarier things that go bump in the night than a dead man that can walk and talk. Clint. You've seen dead men who walk. You've seen dead men who pick up rifles. You've seen dead men who march in formation. But you've never seen one that talks. But none of you are frightened. None of you are shaken. And the individual outside of your door is definitely a dead man walking. Also, tails was the good result.
Wait, did you roll to hit tails?
Yeah. Damn.
Well, I'm glad to see that your nerves ain't so dead that you ain't a little shaken by my dehydrated face. Now I think we got something to discuss, like civilized folk. Mind if I come in?
I look back at it like I have my like gun arm out ready if he comes up.
Gun arms on?
Well, it's yeah. So I have
Okay.
it ready and then if he comes up, I'm just gonna go like that. It's like he does like a quick draw like that.
Sure.
So it's ready.
I mean, he's armed. He's got a shotgun in hand.
Yeah, but
you
if
can tell him to drop the gun if you want.
Let's lower the gun.
It's not pointed. It's pointed at the ground. He's in the doorway.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
But he is armed. But it's not pointed at him.
I'm gonna say leave the gun, and we'll talk, and we'll let you in. And we'll talk.
Shotgun clatters to the ground.
I step aside and open the door, open the swinging door.
Atticus Yonda limps into the room, staring all of you in the eyes.
We didn't lie.
Walks over to a bottle of whiskey over there, pops the top off, turns it over, drains the entire half bottle that's in there.
Is that for the party?
No.
Throws it on the ground, shatters into glass.
Another.
I need it. I bet you have some questions.
You look like shit.
Sure do. But ain't never felt better.
Who are you? What happened to you?
You shot me, motherfucker.
Yeah, and I expect you to stay fucking dead.
Suppose that makes two of us.
How are you walking around? How are you talking?
That's the $100 question, ain't it? But here I am. I walk and I talk.
And you don't know how this came to be.
No, I woke up in a shallow grave. Thanks. At least y'all respected me enough not to give me a coffin.
Next time we'll burn you.
Fair enough, I suppose.
So what do you want? What are you coming up here asking for us?
Yes, what do you want?
I suppose I want the same things y'all want.
A party for the Muckenfuts?
Nothing about that. I don't know what that is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wait, there's gonna be a party?
You're invited! I'm so sorry.
Look, I ain't got answers for y'all. But I figured this be the only place I can get some answers. Seeing as I saw somebody call lightning from the sky.
Well, let's say this.
So I came here with open arms. Let's be clear. I'm pretty sure I can't die twice. So if we want to get hostile, I'm willing to test that theory.
Well, let's say this. We also have questions. Like why there's these replicants running around town. That apparently
do you know anything
are.
about that, by any chance?
So, we answer your questions. You answer ours. Do we have a deal?
Deal.
No. I've seen the dead walk before. Back in my time at the war. Battle of, Vicksburg?
Vicksburg.
Battle of Vicksburg. No matter how many times we put the Confederates down, they kept coming back up. Battle lasted.
It was a siege. It was a month.
It was a month.
And it was not only it was 5 battles and a siege was Vicksburg. And you were present for all 5 battles. You lost your hand during the siege.
Mm-hmm.
So you were there for 5 battles. Then the siege happened. And that's when you lost your hand.
But yeah, I seen him kept getting back and back. He wouldn't stay down. Now, I don't know what caused it, but it's something that these, in fact, something that that your lots associated with. What is it? The Texas Rangers. I bet they knew something about it. What kind of deals you making with them?
Are you saying that you fought undead people
Yes.
in the war?
I read that story.
People in New Jersey have.
It's true, yeah. Yes, we can talk about that later, but
No, I think we should talk about it now. Since we're talking. Maybe you got some insight for me, boy.
oh, that's
I have a working theory. Not too sure about it right now, but stick around for the party. And I might be able to give you some more answers once the party's over. I just need to I need to check on a few things, confirm a few things before I can say I'm certain about anything. But judging from how you look right now, I can honestly say I do not know how you're standing here. But I'm very interested in finding out how and why.
Go ahead and roll persuasion. It was on the edge there for a moment.
Okay.
This is with a -1.
-1? Alright. Oh, that's 6, 12.
Plus 4. 16.
16.
16. For fun, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. When Atticus rose from the dead, that's when the minuses started.
Ooh.
Oh. All the minuses?
The -1s that have been occurring.
Today,
Yeah.
or was that yesterday? Last session too.
Like, since he went to talk to Hardcore and all that? Like,
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay.
okay.
I ain't going to no party.
You don't have to go to the party. Just be around. Hang out here.
You think I'm stupid? You want me to climb back into that cell where the lawman shot me?
Well, you did say it yourself. You can't die twice.
Huh, you've got nothing to worry about. And besides, we are not Clint.
Yeah, but I ain't know nothing about unlocking doors from the inside, do I?
Well, I mean, I guess we don't have to actually lock him, right?
No, I suppose we don't.
Fuck
but-
off. I'm walking out that door when this conversation's done.
Where would you go?
Yeah, we need to be able to get a hold of you. Where are you going to be staying?
You won't get any answers you want.
You said it yourself. You think you'll find answers here? We're willing to give you answers, but we don't have them now.
Reason I'm here. You want to test me?
Not really, no.
Look, we need to be able to get a hold of you if we find anything. And plus, we told
You
you...
won't contact me. I contact you. I'm still in charge around here.
Well, fair enough. Well, then come back after the party.
Well, we have some questions, too, about these replicants running around town. What business do you have with them?
None. But I know it. Well, I don't know what they are. We was holed up at the battlefield inside the farmhouse. All of a sudden, my boys started acting strange, acting different.
How so?
They didn't know answers to questions they should have known. We didn't have much food out there. We started scavenging for stuff. I think it came from that big rock. Whatever that plant was, my boys started eating it.
Oh.
Next thing I know, they was asking questions about things that they shouldn't have been asking questions about, and they didn't have good answers.
So what did you do with them?
I left them behind. Didn't tell nobody where we was going.
You left with who?
Those that knew the answers to questions they should have known.
So you left the ones that didn't know the answers back at the farmhouse.
So then...
They were the ones that ended
The
up
one...
dead.
So then your brother... You left your brother there at the farmhouse?
No, my brother came with me.
There was another brother at that farmhouse.
Yeah, I bet there was. Because when my brother left to go take a piss or went to go hunting, he come back real early and would have good excuses.
Oh, now this town's overrun by those things, and they cut communications here. They're trying to siege us. I know a siege when I see one. They're trying to starve us out.
So the plant, the big rock, they ate it. So that's That confirms our suspicions about the plan. That's what's causing all this. But the real question is...
So that's how it started to spread, and now they're getting other people to serve. So it's spreading around town. I think that's... No.
Do you know anything about Clara O'Leary? Some of you guys had her held up at the farmhouse.
I don't even know who that is.
What about a Victoria Rose Harcourt?
I know her.
Oh, really?
What dealings you have with her?
You tell me she didn't come round till you ran me out of town, cowpoke.
She didn't come around to... Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the railroad came in after the Yonda brothers were run out of town. When this was a gang town, nobody wanted anything to do with it. Now that it's legal, nice and legal.
So I don't think it would be Victoria Rose Harcourt keeping him alive, because what would she have to gain from keeping him alive?
It's a good question.
So
What would she have to gain from keeping him alive?
my bet's on the Texas Rangers, if anything. I don't know what they're up to. So what's
Texas Rangers just gave us guns.
They gave you not guns, they gave you weird guns. They gave you unnatural guns. They weren't just guns. We saw what you were packing. We were at the farmhouse.
Fine. They gave us good guns.
And you had this blue fire. Purple fire, right?
I don't know nothing about that.
You would.
They gave us guns and something to... They said, you need this to make him run. They gave us coal. Special coal, they said it was.
Fucking Atticus, use your fucking brain. You saw that fire when you went into town. You saw what that shit did. You saying that was just better guns? Did you hear that shit in there?
How do I know that wasn't your man with his lightning? Been awful quiet, Magic Man.
Atticus, I don't know what the fuck happened to you. You used to be this well-dressed, this asshole, but you were smart, you were calculated. Now you're rash. You look like you're a wounded wild animal all the time. What happened to you?
You happened to me. You and pretty boy over there.
Because we kicked you out of this town? This is what you resorted to?
You ain't kicked me out of this town. This here's my land. People like me. My blood. I think we're done here. This is the last courtesy you're gonna get from me and the Sons of Dixie.
And the Sons of Dixie?
Sons of Dixie is what Southerners call themselves. So historically, Kansas was the precursor to the Civil War. Before the Civil War happened in 1855, when Kansas was going to vote to become a state, it was elected that Kansas would vote if it would be a slave state or a free state. As a result, there was a big influx of Southern slavery supporters and Northern abolitionists who rushed into the state to skew the vote. Abolitionists won out, and Kansas was added as a free state.
Mm-hmm.
But there was still violence and fighting over that, and people shot each other to death over that thing. You who's been here would know this. The Yonda family is that line. They were slave supporters who came from the South. And when it became a free state, that's when they became the Yonda Brothers gang. These are not nice people.
Yeah, should I kind of just like shoot him right now as he's like about to leave?
If you want to.
I'm gonna. So what is he after he says his last courtesy call he'll get? What's he doing? Is he standing up or is he just walking out?
He starts to walk out, yeah.
It's like, you know we're not gonna just let you walk away.
It's just business. Take your shot.
And he turns around and he pulls open his shirt where the bullet hole is.
Fuck, man. Is it still bleeding or is it like rotted? Oh my god.
He's only been dead like 2 days. He's not rotted, he's just looking a little dehydrated and stuff. But not in the way that, like, when you and I look dehydrated, we get dry skin, chapped lips. This is a dude who's like, his eyes are sunken, his cheeks are sunken. And he kind of smells a little bit like a dead body.
What should we do? You want to do anything? You want to heal him?
Hell no.
So, yeah, what are you guys doing in the meantime, Finn?
I want to ask him a few more questions.
He's headed towards the door.
Oh, wait. What is it that you want?
That's a good point, actually. He just wants answers. I mean, yeah, it's a good point.
Are you looking for answers? What do you want from us?
I thought Magic Man might have answers for me, but all I got here is questions from people I hate.
Whoa. Well, what kind of answers do you think that I am capable of even answering in the first place?
How am I here?
Well,
Do you have something to do with this?
If I had known about that, I definitely would have spoken up. But I have nothing to do
Well,
about
the
your
plant's
presence
also
being here right now.
plant's also
I was gonna answer your questions, you was gonna answer mine. I answered your questions.
And we will do our best to answer yours.
But
But if
as
we do
far
not know
as
the answers-
asking me, I don't have the actual answer to the question that you are specifically asking.
Roll persuasion for me.
Th- 13.
13.
Minus one.
Minus 1, so 12. That's 2 successes. Very nice.
Damn.
Stares long and hard at you before he turns around and starts to walk out wordlessly. He hasn't reached the door yet. Anything anybody want to do or say?
Listen, Atticus, we want to help you. But you need to help us help you. I suggest that we can't very well tell you to stay here because you don't seem to be comfortable here, but I really think you should come back in a couple days.
Don't tell him to come to the party. You think the town's gonna like seeing Atticus at the party? Right? Are you gonna tell him to come to the party?
I implore you to come back to the sheriff's office in 2 days' time, and we will have answers for you. They may not be the ones you want to hear, but hopefully they'll lead you in the direction you want to go.
Roll one more persuasion with me. I'll give you a
Alright.
+2 because of his 2 raises.
Okay. 7.
I know what he'll say. Turns around again, looks at you first, stares long and hard into your eyes. You don't back down.
You were pretty boy.
What?
We still got a score to settle for my brother. So if I don't like your answers, make sure your guns are nice and clean. Because I demand satisfaction.
He turns around and walks out. Challenge you to a duel.
Okay.
In 2 days' time.
All right.
You okay with that? I didn't expect him to challenge you two to a duel.
All right. I had one duel with his family before.
Oh, you did?
Whew, that was Dad's.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I guess it's like that sometimes. Well, that was completely unexpected. So, Clint, you said you used to fight the undead.
They're at the Battle of Vicksburg.
I wasn't aware that that was a normal thing in these parts.
Wasn't normal. No one believed me. They act like it never happened.
Really? I believe you.
Be the first.
Sure, it doesn't mean much to you, but
Well, I'd be the second, actually. Don can believe
Yeah.
very interesting. Very interesting.
So yeah, it would stick out to you that he'd be the second to believe you.
Why are you so quick to believe me?
I'm just saying, the undead. Magic. Very hard to believe.
What
unless
do you
see
know
it.
about the undead? You aren't
The
avoiding
undead?
your words. What do you know about them?
Let's just say I've seen them.
No, let's not just say, tell me, what do you know about the dead?
I've seen them.
I've seen them too.
You could say I've worked alongside some. What I am saying is that I believe that you've fought undead because I've worked alongside them once before, a few times before.
I'm going to be real clear. I don't want you to beat around the bush. I want you to tell me what they are. I want you to tell me how they keep getting back up. I want you to tell me who's doing it. What are they? And don't say you can say this. Tell me what they are. Or I'm going to tell people what you are.
Wait, what is he?
I'm like intense right now
Yeah,
because
sure.
like this like ruined my life.
Yeah.
They took my hand like I'm like intimidation. This is intimidation right now.
Jock, what are you?
Well, it's up to you, Jacques. Are you resisting? Or are you
Is everybody in the room right now?
all five of the guys?
7.
What the hell does he mean, what are you?
Okay.
It was gonna happen eventually. So
I said what are you? I didn't say who are you. I said what are you.
Yeah, you did. Alright.
I would, to help you, choose carefully.
Yeah,
More than
I
tell
know.
you one reveal.
Yeah. I know of someone who has the power to bring undead people to life. Now, this person, they aren't from around here. And I was under the assumption that they were the only ones able to do this. And if they're popping up around here, my suspicions are leading me to believe that either they're close or somebody else has the power to do this as well.
Somebody
Yes.
can make the dead rise with magic.
Perhaps. I used to think the only way to bring the undead back to life was voodoo. But I was once a person who never believed in magic. But seeing as I've seen it with my eyes, it's getting harder and harder to not believe.
I sit down and I take a drink with like the. First, I go for the bottle that Adam's had to go for it. Forgets he's down the
smashed
entire.
that on the ground.
Oh, he's drinking. Okay, I get a new bottle and I start pour myself a glass. I'm not gonna down it. And I start drinking from it.
Does it satisfy Clint's curiosity?
That he knows that it's like somebody, and it's like there could be someone around here doing the same thing, and it's, I guess, magic related. Like,
So here's
I guess, like,
a question that I would ask about Clint.
okay,
Your situation was, dudes got shot,
what?
they died, and then they got back up on the battlefield. Nobody came around and sprinkled sage on them or lit candles. They got shot, died, and
I thought that
stood back up where they were and picked their rifles up.
Okay.
And kept fighting. It's a bit different than what he's describing.
I thought that he said that it was like they're like more like they're walking. They do the spell once and they just keep getting.
Well, he's saying that somebody can raise them through voodoo rituals. Yours was different.
Okay.
These guys got shot. They laid on the ground during the battle for maybe a couple hours, but they inevitably rose, picked up their rifle, formed rank and file, and attacked and coordinated.
Then I'll relay that. I'll relay that back and see if that said anything, does anything to him, or anything to those two.
You've never seen anything like this ever.
So, I have something I want to do.
Yeah.
So I hear all this while they're still conversing.
Sure.
Doing their thing. I want to deal with the devil.
Okay. We'll get to that because it's happening in its own pocket time. But while it's in pocket time, you're kind of out of it. So we'll get to that. Hold that thought. Remind me. No, nothing like what you've experienced.
Okay. Yeah, Clint, it seems that what you're describing is quite different from the situation that I was talking about. Honestly, I don't know what to say about what how your experience was or what that was. All I can say is that it's different from what I was talking about. Perhaps there are more powers at play that we just don't know about.
Yeah, talk. There's.
Did they eventually go down? I mean, was there a way to keep them down for good?
There were ways.
Fire.
You had to burn them, hack them into pieces so they couldn't walk. But here's the thing, you couldn't kill them. You could cut them into pieces so they couldn't fire a gun. You could burn them till the muscles in the body stopped working, couldn't support the weight of the body, but nothing could kill them. They could not go down a second time. It's not like zombies where you shoot them in the head and they die a second time. You could burn the body and its muscles could no longer support the weight, but it was still alive. Like still undead, still moving. If you cut it up into pieces, the muscles still twitched.
So yeah, I'm gonna relate that back and again, I think the same thing would have happened to Atticus. If we shot him there, he wouldn't have walked in here knowing that if he gets shot, he would die again. He knew that.
So what you're saying is that what you saw from Atticus was different from what you saw on the battlefield?
He was talking, that's about it.
Those on the battlefield didn't talk.
Now, I mean, maybe I didn't see them talk, but...
You got pretty close to them. They didn't...
They may have had some intelligence.
They were intelligence, but in the same way, it was robotic intelligence.
So it could have been like they were just following orders.
They marched in rank and file. They fired their rifles in perfect synchronization, but they didn't talk. They didn't formulate ideas. They just attacked.
Would you say it was similar to a hive mind?
Maybe.
Could have been. Someone was definitely controlling, because I guess you're right. They...
Hive mind's not the correct word. They were synchronized.
I say they're being controlled, like there was someone that...
But all soldiers are controlled.
But this one is like...
It was the best
there to serve.
It was the best formations that you'd ever seen. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. They were there to serve. They were serving a purpose. They were attacking with purpose, and they were the best synchronized army that you've ever seen in your life. And they didn't talk, and no clear individual was giving orders. It was, they rose from the dead, fell in line, and attacked. And there was no way to stop them.
That's all I got.
Wow.
And you were a cannon regiment. Like, you were the commander of the 5th Artillery. You could blast them with cannons, they'd keep coming. They would prop themselves up on their elbows to shoot. Their only interest was to keep fighting. They felt no pain. They could not be taken down.
That's all I got.
Interesting.
And for you, it's similar to what you've experienced, but what you've experienced, they have to be given explicit instructions. They're puppets.
Right.
And he's describing regimented military thought processes. The ones that you've encountered are messy. They fumble. They're puppets.
Sloppy.
They're puppets
Yeah.
on strings. It's not the same. What spell are you casting to deal with the devil?
I'm gonna be casting divination. Divination.
Divination?
Yes.
Alright. Go ahead and spend your money. Make a gambling roll.
Time for all your bennies.
Here we go.
Yeah, might as well use them.
And you get a free reroll on this.
Oh. Damn.
15.
15. That's 2 raises. You get 2 extra cards. Go ahead and shuffle. Have somebody cut the deck, shuffle again, and draw. And read it out to our audience. What you get. Wait, there it is. Got it. Got the table.
Here we go.
All right, guys.
Deal in your hand.
We're gonna deal them out with two
And
extras.
2 extra cards.
So we'll do the original 5 first. Here we go. 8.
8 of diamonds.
Ooh.
2 spades. 7 of hearts.
Okay, guys. Okay,
Seven.
we got a pair. We got a pair. That's not
Pair.
bad.
8.
Two pair.
2
Two
pair.
pair, right.
Keep going. We need 2 cards now.
4
clubs.
and a 5. We got 4, 5, 7. That's not straight. Okay. So we got 2 pair.
And you get
7 to 8.
you got 2 raises, so you get to draw 2 extra cards.
Yes.
Already did that.
Okay, cool. So you have to discard for those cards. You have to choose what to discard.
Well, then we're just gonna get rid of this 2 and replace it with the 5.
Yep.
Okay.
2 pair.
2 pairs. That is 6 power points. What is the cost of divination?
5.
You got enough. Now you make a spellcasting roll with +1 because you got an extra power point.
Save your bennies for this. How many bennies you got? 2?
Yep.
Okay.
13. 14.
14.
Is it -1 still?
Well, no, +1 because I had an extra.
Why is it -1 because of the
It
Anakin?
is still -1,
So 13.
13. So that's 2 raises. Does divination give anything on a raise?
All right. It didn't look
Relation.
like it.
No additional effects. So, as they're talking, you close your eyes and reach into that arcane well within you. Taking this off, it's itchy. Reach into the arcane well inside of you. When you open your eyes, you're in that dark space again. Howdy, partner.
Well, hello there.
So, you got some questions for me.
Yes, it seems like we're becoming more than just acquaintances these days.
See, it always warms my heart when you come to visit. So, what questions can I answer for you, Cletus?
All right. I need to know as much as what can you tell me about the living dead?
Well, I can tell you that the dead don't live, but they can walk. They can talk. Some can shoot. Some just take orders.
So it depends.
It depends.
Now, how do they die? Again.
It depends. My advice, aim for the head. Of course, that ain't always gonna work. Especially if they can talk.
So what's the deal? What to differentiate whether or not they can talk or just take orders?
Oh, I'd gander to say it's something similar to yours and my relationship.
Was like kind of possessed.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to say that you've dealt with some of the people I may have encountered with as well?
Ain't say nothing but the sort. You're my friend.
How many other friends do you have?
Yes, you.
Aww. Only kiss.
Close friends.
What would you say I should do
Stop
to stop these dead men?
Oh, I think you're doing just fine.
What does that mean?
it. Oh,
You snap back to reality. Sorry.
Guys,
Wrong question.
guys,
So, what do you have to say?
I would like you
Okay.
to describe, before you go on, what your divination looked like.
so because I already know who I was trying to talk to,
Okay.
it was almost the same as me wanting. It was almost as if I was casting the spell to speak to
Okay.
the devil.
Okay, cool.
So in that sense, it was almost the same as when I go to deal with him. I just kind of like just close my eyes and I just like it almost all the interactions happen subconsciously almost.
Okay.
Like no one else sees me actually doing something.
So as anybody else who has a high notice would notice, he closed his eyes for a minute and his eyes, you know how when somebody's intensely dreaming, their eyes move around rapidly?
I'll roll notice.
Yeah, a lot of rapid eye movement, and that's the only thing noticeable.
I'm too distracted. I'm not going to do it.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I got it too. I didn't guess
Nah,
that.
nothing. So, continue.
Guys, I've been sitting here listening to you guys. You're saying that you saw dead men before in the war. We both saw Atticus, but you're claiming. Now, what if?
What are you talking about? That was 2 days ago.
What are you talking
You've been standing there not moving for 2 days.
You missed half the party.
It was crazy. Dale took
insane.
his top off.
It was insane.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Party of the
He
year.
runs out into the street in the rain.
With the booze! No!
We figured out who the plant people are and everything.
Yeah, we solved everything.
we all leveled up.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, you should have been there. Sorry, continue.
Sean, think about it.
Yeah.
But What if these people that you're talking about are exactly the same people? Just some people have special talents.
What do you mean?
So you're saying that some of these dead men that you've encountered, you're trying to say that some of them seemed almost just completely just
Possessed?
They don't seem to think for themselves. They just seem to follow orders and fall in line. Then you have, on the other hand, Atticus, who comes in. He clearly has a conscience. He clearly can think rational thought.
Mm-hmm.
What if it just matters on the person's own abilities that determines whether or not they can think for themselves or if they fall in line?
So you're talking about people with stronger wills, perhaps? Are you saying maybe if Atticus's will was stronger, that gives him the power to talk?
Maybe it's will, maybe it's some other ability. I don't understand necessarily. Okay, it's just us in the room, right?
You and the other two guys. Duncan and Dale.
So you guys have seen some of the things.
Yes, you can do magic. We've never.
Oh,
We've
okay.
seen the lightning, we know about the healing, yes.
Okay.
We were literally there when you did the trick. Like, yes.
Okay.
You were literally there. Like, okay.
But I was talking about my painting. Okay.
Well, okay. Let me try and put a few things together then.
Mm-hmm.
I have certain abilities to produce some sort of what you would consider magic. But, most people don't.
This is true.
That one night that we were all under attack, the other night, actually. Last night, maybe?
Probably.
What night are you talking about?
We get attacked.
The night that we got attacked, the goats. The goats went at it.
That was last night.
Last night, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to take me,
Mm-hmm.
specifically, and tell me to serve. Now, if they're coming after my magical abilities, as some would say, would I be serving them in the capacity that I am potentially, in a sense, maybe leading other people? I don't know, but I think that has something to do with these dead men. They want someone with special abilities to be able to serve their cause.
So the dead man and the plant people are not necessarily the same thing.
But I think I understand what you're saying. That in order to raise the dead, certain people need to have certain abilities or powers, we'll say, in order to do it.
Can you
And depending on the
raise
type of power, grants you the rank of different type
Are
of
you
person.
sure?
Have you tried?
I'm pretty positive. I've never done such absolutely ridiculous things before.
What's that right there? It says can totally raise dead if he just put his all into it. What is that? What is that right there? Puppet? What's puppet?
I can control some people. At
What?
once. Huh?
You can control people.
Oh.
Dead people?
Well, no, definitely not. Definitely.
No, you cannot raise the dead.
I just, yeah, guys, you have to understand. You guys got to keep this completely under
Oh,
wraps.
of course, absolutely.
Just like whatever you've been keeping under the wraps, Jock, or whatever you are.
Or what? What are you getting at?
Jock, I thought we had an arrangement.
We do. You're right, we do.
That would be news to you that they have a special arrangement.
What do you mean a special arrangement?
Oh, you know about the thing with the gun.
What gun? I don't know about that.
The big gun, remember the one that he
the
destroyed?
one that I made, I made the things, I borrowed the gun from him.
The arrangement. The arrangement is the contract that we're talking about.
Yeah,
Roll notice versus persuasion.
I'm rolling persuasion?
Yeah. Roll notice.
Me notice? Or?
Yeah. This is technically a lie. It's a half truth.
Okay. Well, can I roll it too, since I'm persuading him into saying
11.
I'll give Justin +2.
11.
5.
They're half telling the truth.
So first off, this contract right here, this is an HR violation. So you can report that and report him, and he has to give you all the earnings back. You can't do that. We can go down right there. You show me the contract. You're the one that brings us up. Number 2, what else are you hiding?
Well, there's the little matter of what we discussed before, Clint, that,
dick?
Yeah, we have an HR department right there.
What
This
is
is flaring.
HR?
No, it's Johnson leading HR.
Then he's just got a complaint box. He just chews up.
Right.
listen, I believe we're getting beside ourselves. All we need to know is that we are all on the same team, and we all need to figure out what to do about this situation. Now, what are we going to do about Atticus? Are you going to be okay dueling him within a couple days?
You're only
If it
got to
comes
kill
to
him.
that.
This ain't my first rodeo.
Okay.
I killed him once.
Hey,
But as I was,
I've been a deputy
Clint,
since before you were pushing away from combat.
Clint,
so you know what?
Clint,
I
I
got
will
this.
tell you one thing. If I were you, I'd aim for the head.
I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna burn him, turn him to little pieces.
well, hopefully it won't come to that.
I'm sorry. I've seen these living dead before.
But you haven't
Hopefully-
seen this living dead before.
Hopefully it won't come
Right,
to that.
because he wasn't
Hopefully
dead before.
we'll be able to get some answers from this hardcore lady.
Huh?
Write that down.
Write it down.
What are we doing now?
Oh, here, aim for the head.
Oh yeah, I wrote that down.
Okay, good. Just making
Shoot
sure.
him in the head.
'Cause that was
Perhaps
a good spell usage.
after the conversation I have with
But I like
this
Sean's
hardcore, I'll be able to garner some answers that will satisfy us.
Also, I have to. So what the hell were you thinking? Almost inviting him to the party.
Well, I knew he wouldn't want to stay here, but in order to get him answers, I personally don't think I'll be able to get him a solid answer until I speak with Miss Hardcore at the
Yeah, but
party.
can you imagine him just walking up to the party like doing a cake stand? You know that would have.
I panicked. I'm sorry. my mistake. That's why I suggested he come back here to the office.
I don't know what I was thinking. I'm not good at parties.
It just looked like so much fun.
Yeah, it looks like a real party.
When you slam that whiskey?
Yeah, you know, it's like, oh, dude, you have some great stories. Look at that party trick.
Yeah.
Here, watch this. Cuts off his arm. Hey!
It's still it's like
Like crawling back to the person.
across the ground.
Grabs a knife, starts stabbing somebody. It's like, hey! The guy getting stabbed. Hey! Look at that!
It'd be a pretty cool party
It'd be
trick.
fucking great,
It
dude.
would be
But
pretty impressive.
the mayor's
It's
just throwing up in the
stabbing
corner
into a
like a
plant
horrified.
Yeah.
He's like
That
fanning
was whole arm
himself.
just gross doing on a person.
We're getting way off topic.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. But that was my reason
Someone
for
just
inviting.
rips a huge fart to break the tension.
That's what I believe we should. That is what I believe we should do.
Sorry,
we should,
guys, it was got too long.
I panicked.
Think about it.
Sorry. Alright, back one.
So, like I was saying, we need to. Sorry. Just take a minute. Just Just take it. Are we good? We're good?
All right, we're good. Let's get
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. We need to figure out what we need to do next, moving forward.
Can't do anything about this walking dead Atticus yonder. Unless we want to burn him, which I'm all for.
Well, I don't feel like he's going to be an issue for the next 2 days. He seemed like he was willing to come back within a couple days. So I think maybe we need to focus on one of the
Victoria.
other underlying issues that we have.
So, I'm going to say right here. If you think Miss Harcourt brought Atticus back from the dead using some weird witchcraft, she would gain nothing from having Atticus come back. Because she wants them to be out of the picture altogether. The only people that would gain from that is people that would want Victoria gone and the railroad gone. The railroad only started when Atticus moved out. So they want Atticus back in the picture. So who would gain the most from the railroad going away? Is that a good thought?
It's an excellent thought. It's such an excellent thought that it hadn't occurred to somebody until you said
Until
it.
just now. You might be onto something, Clint. You might be onto something.
You seem to be knowing about these railroad people, so who would it be?
Well, I mean, it could be any of the railroad companies.
So you
Every
think it's a-
railroad company
You
wants...
think it's a rivaling
to-
railroad company?
Very, very much so. Any railroad company would love the chance to have Black Horse as part of their map towards the west. But there's only one railroad company that I'm aware of that it has the power to raise people from the dead. But
And who's that?
to my knowledge, none of the people that I work with ever talked, right? Did they?
No, they can't talk.
All right.
They're physically incapable of talking.
Alright. The only issue that I'm running into is the person that I spoke of before that had the power to raise the dead. Their power doesn't allow their undead to speak. In fact, they can't speak.
So we take them unless they... So who else we got?
Unless they've been somehow managed to gain more power. I don't know.
Alright, so let's start planning. Let's go... How many railroad companies do we have?
5.
Alright, let's go. Put them in order. Name all the railroad companies. We're going to do this right now.
I'll help if you want to.
I have it written down.
We're going to do process elimination. We're going to see who we investigate. Alright?
And if anybody wants to know more, we can roll, or I can fill individuals on stuff that they would know.
I know, because it's going to be one of these railroad companies. I think that's who it is. So let's go see. Alright,
Okay,
so
well, first off, to
What's-
my knowledge,
what's ours?
there is the one that we're working with now is Black River,
Okay, we got Black River, okay?
and clearly I doubt they're trying to destroy themselves.
Absolutely. So what are the other ones?
We've got the Lone Star Confederate,
Okay.
run by the Confederates. You've got the Empire Rail.
Okay.
They're the Union.
Okay.
Which is Empire Rail. It's Union Pacific Railroad Company.
Okay.
That's what it's referred to as.
There's also the Iron Dragon, mostly the Chinese folk.
And the other one.
There's also the Wasatch Rail Company.
There's something called the Wads. Okay.
Wasatch.
They're the mostly run by the Mormon.
Duncan, if he were here, would react to that one. But he's not here.
Okay.
And there's also the.
They said there were
Bayou
5.
Rebellion. Did I give you 5? Perhaps that was
Yes.
What was that last one? I heard you say something.
it. No, I said the Bayou must be
I
right.
definitely heard you say
No, I
something.
said I did. I said bye. You must be right. The
Is
other
there another railroad company?
I think he said another one.
there's
I tried to help him.
there is one more.
I tried to help him, but he didn't catch on.
No.
What's the other one?
It is the Bayou Vermilion.
Wait a minute, you told me about the
He said it out loud.
What the hell do you guys know?
The Bayou Vermilion.
Justin, duck all their pay until they get this figured out. Oh my god!
Okay, the Bayou Vermilion is another railroad company, not as popular as the other ones. Not as well known, I'll say.
Oh my god! Only an idiot would work for someone that's not well known.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't think that railroad company specifically is one we need to worry about. But the other ones, they might be worth looking into.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not out on those yet. I think that we should look into those. You know, what do they do?
They're a they
You did it to yourself.
I know. They let's just say they work in the shadows. They're not the type.
Oh, that
of
sounds suspicious.
Well, what I mean by that is that they're not as well known as the other railroad companies. They're an up and coming railroad
So you
company
think
that
so
gets
that makes sense.
overshadowed by the other.
So they would want
railroad
to take out an
companies.
existing railroad company to be back in the limelight, is what you're saying.
It's possible.
So we should investigate those guys.
I don't think we should investigate them first.
Just saying.
I think we should run through the other ones.
That's...
Dot all our I's, cross
So
all our
we'll,
T's.
we'll put a pin in Bayou Vermilion. We'll come back around
That's
to
a good
that,
idea.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. So we have 5 people out there. Blackwater's out.
You just. Never mind.
I'm gonna say-
I can't say anything. No, I
Yeah.
have to stop talking.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Empire Union. I'm gonna cross them out because why would they want to bring back anyone that has something like Atticus Young? They gain nothing from that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put them out. Lone Star Confederate. What can they do? What do you know about them?
Not much. It's the Confederate Army, or the railroad company. All I know is that they want to get to the west first. Most likely by any means necessary.
That isn't entirely true. Are you lying, or it is Justin just not know?
I don't know.
That is the railroad company that you would be the most familiar with besides.
Oh, really?
They're your direct competitor.
Right. Yeah, I guess that is true. That's right.
Can they do any weird stuff?
Not to my knowledge, they can't.
So what is the railroad that has the dead people? Which one?
What?
What railroad can make the dead walk?
This is what we're trying to figure out.
I thought you said that.
I thought you knew one.
I said I knew someone. They didn't say they were linked with a railroad company.
You know where they were operating?
Probably right around the area where the Lone Star Confederate is. In that general area.
That would be based out of Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
It's the capital of the Confederacy.
Interesting. All right, so put a circular on that. That's interesting.
Now, something that you would know from a military background, that the Texas Rangers sort of operate as unofficial leg breakers for the railroad company.
So would they be working with the Lone Star Confederate?
They're not employed by them, but they have a vested interest in reaching the West first, and they act as sort of muscle for the railroad company.
I'm gonna ask Dale a question because it's just so to know. Hey Dale, do you know if they've had run-ins with the Texas Rangers? Can they do weird magic stuff? They have any weird magic associations, like unnatural stuff? Can they do anything unnatural?
I can't answer that question.
Okay. All right, that's fine. I mean, we've seen the Confederate do unnatural stuff, so that might
Yes, but yes with an asterisk.
be it. Okay. I'm going to say, I'm not going to ask the question because I'm going to assume that because the Confederacy has been linked to unnatural stuff with the dead walking. So I would assume that the railroad company might be
And
tied
they
as
have
well.
special guns.
Yes, and yes.
You're diving into everybody's backstory in a way that I can't
Yes, that's
answer
fine.
without everybody here.
Lone Star Confederate might be the most to gain from it.
That's true.
This guy that walked in, do you know what his name was? The new guy that just walked into town? God, what was his name? The guy checked his guns? Jack?
Mhm.
Did anyone look into him? Because he just walked in and like a day later weird stuff started happening.
The sheriff looked into him, said everything was fine.
Where is he from? Where is he coming from?
You'd have to ask the sheriff when he gets back.
Do we have his paperwork anywhere?
Yeah, said he was a drifter. We're looking for farm work, any work, railroad work, any work that was available.
Railroad work specifically?
Well, railroad work is just a normal thing to do here in Black Horse.
Alright, so
Yeah, that wouldn't strike you as specifically suspicious because people come here to work on the railroad.
Okay. Alright, my eyes on Lone Star Confederate.
Sure.
I'm saying like that's who I think we should start looking at. I think that they might have an interest in bringing an asshole like him back to scare off Harcourt to make the railroad less active here.
I agree. So we should probably start looking into them.
In Richmond.
Are we all set for the party?
Ways away from here.
Virginia.
Well, I think we gotta. Yeah. All right. So let's. I think that we've had everything we want to go now.
For you, the war in the Eastern Theater was bad for the Union in real life. It's the Union. These guys probably wouldn't know. The Union is getting its fucking ass kicked in the Eastern Theater. Like in Richmond, Virginia, they are getting fucking destroyed. You were in the Western Theater where the Union was more successful, even though they weren't able to take Vicksburg.
Right.
The Union is actively losing the war in the Eastern Front.
All right. Let's go. All right. Well. Good discussions. And break.
Everybody goes to sleep.
No, do we want to talk about anything about the party? Because you said you had some things you want to talk about.
Oh, not things I have to talk about. Just we gotta set things up.
Sure, yeah.
So then we'll
set up the party.
Then we'll set up the stuff tomorrow. Can we fast forward that, or you have?
Here's where the horseshoes will go. Here's how the
Yeah.
We
Well,
want the banner above the town entrance and all that. Yeah.
I got a general idea of how I would, want to generally have it laid out.
Okay.
We got a great feast.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 pig roasts, and plus we got an entire barbecue, outfit, cheeses, meats, you name it.
free dessert.
Dessert is included.
That's
That's
pretty
pretty
fucking
impressive.
cool.
All the drinks you could build a swimming pool, and swim in the amount of whiskey and beer we're gonna have.
That sounds disgusting.
Well,
Do we have anything that's non-alcoholic?
oh yeah, I got some cider and some lemonade, and
What about vegetarian?
we got
Lemonade.
some cider and lemonade.
But like food.
Technically, but
Oh, you're talking about food?
Yeah.
Oh, we got some cider and
What's-
lemonade.
what's vegetarian?
I don't know. We got some grass outside.
Okay, cool. Fuck vegetarians.
Well, most
We
of the
said it
people
hit
that are coming
first
to this
here.
party
Already
probably
here.
are already vegetarian.
You know what I'm saying? We'll see who eats the food and who doesn't.
Yeah, they're probably already plants as it is.
You know what I'm
so,
saying?
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, as another evening dawns, I say we call it a night. Next session, we'll move forward to the celebration. That will give you guys some time to maybe text each other what you want the actual celebration to be, communicate, since you guys are planning it. But I think we'll end it here. It's been a quiet episode, but more questions than answers have been raised. And I guess you'll just have to join us next time to learn more on Of Dice and Men, the Weird West.